Today is 3/26/26, and I finally, things are maybe to put things in thought, right? I want to make people feel seen. Write it down. I want to make people feel seen, help people think clearly, and also take action. And what I want to help people do is what I want to do for myself. I want to feel seen. I want to think clearly, not be confused, and take action. And the question I'm going to ask you is, what makes a conversation that makes somebody change? What conversation makes someone change? I think people want to change. I want to change. But what conversation actually makes people change? I really don't think there is a conversation that makes people change. And I also don't think it's a one time thing. That's actually the answer to the question. I really, really believe it is repeated thought, repeated conversations. I think, like in life, we're dropping in a water bucket constantly, constantly, constantly. Then eventually the bucket becomes full and explodes and it makes sense. Like a eureka moment. Um, I wrote my thoughts down right here. I think you have to realize it for yourself. For you, what makes a conversation actually change somebody? Self realization. In the conversation, there's going to be ideas you've heard throughout your life or something that actually makes sense that clicks. But it's not just one conversation. I think it's understanding things for yourself. Until you understand something for yourself, it will never make sense. Like, this is just random, but hand sanitizer. I don't even think this is a good example, but like, self thought matters. I'm going to talk about Thomas. There's a guy in the Bible whose name is Thomas, and they call him Doubting Thomas. And he's talked about until I see the holes in Jesus' palms, then I would have known that Jesus died and came to life. You couldn't convince him, and you shouldn't convince him that Jesus came back to life until he saw that, right? We need evidence. We are evidence based creatures. And even to actually change, you have to realize it for yourself. You, I used to be, I think I'm still a little bit rude, but I used to be very rude or like sassy and talk back and all these things. And I guess I misrepresented myself in ways I didn't even realize because I was trying to be, something I was not. And until I realized that I was trying to be someone that I was not, I didn't change until that. I think change is a heart posture, and change is something that other people help you realize. You'll see people who remind you of who you want to be, and that's actually what helps you change, right? Well, conversation, I think the greatest conversation, I know I'm backtracking a little bit, that helps someone change their life is the conversation of seeing someone's life. I don't think there's an answer, but it's realizing it from yourself, and you realize it for yourself by repeated ideas. Like now, when I heard the word intimacy, I think of into me. I see, like I didn't understand that until somebody told me that, and I actually understood that by hearing it, and I understood that by actually into me. I see until I saw into myself and realized how imperfect I was. I didn't see myself. Like there's a Bible verse that talks about like no man just looks into the mirror and forgets what their reflection is, but you constantly forget what you look like when you don't see into yourself. You have to experience it, and I think the greatest conversation to actually, what makes a what makes a conversation actually change somebody? Seeing people do the things you want to do. And yeah, 3/26/26. I want to be somebody that helps people feel seen, think freely, and take action.